Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Boruto, Naruto Next Generation's Chapter 45. When we last left our heroes, Amado showed up at the Leaf Village with the help of Koji, kidnapped Shikadai, stuck a bomb collar around his neck, and was like, hey, let me defect to y'all's side. Which I'm still skeptical on, but we'll see how true that ends up being. Meanwhile, Amado also, has a shutoff command for all the Kara members, seemingly. So he freezes Delta to let Koji go and, seemingly kill Jigen, which we'll get to eventually, I reckon. And yeah, now everyone is dealing with the ramifications of Amado announcing his defection to Konoha, if they'll have him. So anyway, let's jump right on into Chapter 45, Defection. Our picture here is of Amado. I'm really not sure how I vibe with, he has, a white jumpsuit, but green gloves and shoes and, collar. And everything else, white and black. It's kind of a weird look, sitting on a wall, you know. Anyway, we open where we left off last time, with Amado surrounded by Sai and Moegi, and I think Udon's there too, and a bunch of other Konoha guys. Chocho and Inujin are also there. Every bit of intel I possess should be extremely beneficial to you. If Konoha will accept my defection, I'll hand it all over to you without regret. And I'll release Shikadai too, of course. Now think carefully, but not too long. Time isn't on our side. Also, in case you forgot, he is still communicating with Shikamaru and Naruto through, I think Inojin's the one setting up the connection, or Inojin sending him to Ino, who is sending him to Naruto and Shikamaru. But Shikamaru hears this. Bastard. There's no way we can trust him. Naruto is still kind of glaring. And Sumire and Boruto are also hearing that. Because they're all in Kawaki's hospital room. And Boruto turns to Sumire. Hey, what's he mean by defect? Boruto, you dumb! I forgot he's just so dumb. And Sumire looks at him. Oh, let's see. It's like when someone can't stay in their land or group for any longer for some reason, so they seek protection from another land and escape to there. And Boruto looks at her. I see. So that means, yeah, I think this guy ran away from Kara. I don't know why yet, but it looks like he wants asylum in Konoha. Maybe his life is at stake? He ran from Kara. And Kawaki is also listening to this, and he thinks, Amado has betrayed Kara? I don't get it. What the heck is going on? And Naruto is also suspicious. But he responds, fine, I'll hear you out. Sai, restrain Amado and take him to my office. We'll interrogate him there. And Shikamaru and Boruto both look at him surprised, and Shikamaru responds, whoa, Naruto, are you serious? It's our only choice if we want to save Shikadai. We don't have time to think. We'll decide whether he's trustworthy or not, after listening to what he has to say. And Shikamaru looks at him, and Amado responds, so you've steeled yourself for the worst? And for just a single genin. Impressive. You know this, but I'll say it just in case. I wouldn't try anything funny if I were you. It won't end well for either of us. No problem. Don't worry, you won't regret this. I promise. And everyone from Shikamaru to Chocho and Inojin, Moegi and Moegi and Sai all listen to this and kind of have their respective reactions. Shikadai is still unconscious. And then we cut in on Code, who looks to be in the Otsutsuki dimension, where Jigen's Ten Tails is. One sec. He yawns, and he looks down into the pit. And the Ten Tails kind of glares up at him. No problems here, other than me dying from boredom. Glad to hear that. And I guess he's still somehow communicating. Oh, yeah, there's some kind of holographic thing going on with him and Jigen. I don't know how, but Konoha is aware of that place, so don't let your guard down. And Code looks up at him. Roger, has Boro made his scheduled contact? Not yet. It seems something's happened. Perhaps Uchiha Sasuke made an appearance. You stay and keep watch there. So Jigen is clearly completely unable to comprehend that or has not considered that Team 7 is the one that stopped Boro. Also, as I recall, was it Boro who was shocked that Boruto had Momoshiki's karma? So, like, it's kind of this huge theme of Kara underestimating Boruto, which I imagine is going to play somehow in how things shake out with Kara. Anyway, the hologram kind of like crackles away. Yes, sir. And he fades away. And Jigen, just then, Kashin Koji finally walks in for whatever the fuck he's up to. And Jigen tells him, "Long time no see. What of your mission?" And Koji just stands there. "It's still in progress, Lord Jigen, even as we speak." Okay. I'm trying to, like, put the pieces together as I'm reading. Okay. So, what if maybe I just really don't want Koji to be Jiraiya, and I want him to be as far away from Jiraiya as possible. So, like, I really, really want... So, a part of me is saying, that what if this is all a trap somehow? That Amado going to Konoha was part of Jigen's plan, despite the fact that last chapter, the dialogue between Koji and Amado doesn't really track with that. Because if it's just the two of them who are in on this plot with Jigen, I don't know why they wouldn't act like they were in on a plot with Jigen. So I don't think that plan really makes sense, but I don't know, we'll see. Sit. Give me your report. And before we get to hear that report, we check back in on the Leaf Village, where Amado is handcuffed in the Hokage office. "Come on, let me have a smoke, will ya? It's a long story. I'd like to clear my head before I start." He's not in the office, it's in an interrogation room, it looks like, somewhere in the building. And Shikamaru looks at him. "Don't push your luck. Be grateful that you're even sitting in a chair. Did I not explain earlier that restraining me is meaningless? If you want, I can blow up Shikadai's head. Right now." And Shikamaru grabs him, arm up to the neck. "You! I'll rip you in half!" And Amado just looks down at him, kind of grunting. And Naruto snaps, "Stand down, Shikamaru. What's that gonna accomplish? This isn't like you." And Shikamaru pauses for a moment and shoves him back down into the chair. "Hurry up and get to the point, before my patience reaches its limit again." And Amado looks up at him. "When it comes to your son, you're just a father, The ex-general in you would be disappointed." Was Shikamaru ever really a general? I don't really remember that from from any point in Naruto lore. Anyway, where were we? That's enough. My patience won't last forever either. And Amado turns to look at him. Meanwhile, we see Kawaki, Boruto, Sumire, and Katasuke are all kind of looking in through one of those one-sided window things, you know what I mean? In cop movies and things. And Boruto asks, "What's up with him? Does he actually plan to talk? I bet you this is all a trap." And Kawaki responds, "Amado is the head of Kara's research and development division. It wouldn't be exaggerating to say he knows everything about Kara. Jigen has never granted him leave to go out. So him just being here is an act of treason that'll incur Jigen's wrath. I bet Amado has come prepared to die. That's how I see it." And Boruto looks at Kawaki for a moment before Katasuke responds, "Head of R&D? Does that mean he's the one who remodeled your body?" "That's right. Not just me. All of Kara's cyborgs are his handiwork." Here's an interesting thing I'm really noticing this chapter. I don't know if he's always done this, but Kawaki always emphasizes the word Kara. And no one else does it, I think. But it seems to just be every time, in the page above the one I was just on, Amado is the head of Kara's research and development division. It wouldn't be exaggerating to say he knows everything about Kara. And it's bolded the same way he says never in the next sentence, so it's not just Kara is special somehow. I don't know, it's a weird thing. Anyway, where was I? Not just me, all of Kara's cyborgs are his handiwork. Wow, so he's the one, the genius scientist. If his defection gets approved, I'd love to have him exert his skills in my laboratory. Doc, and Sumi-Ray turns to him, Doc, but it would be to Kawaki's benefit too. I know, but... and Kawaki thinks to himself, what the heck are you plotting, Amado? Then we check back in the interrogation room, as Naruto asks, okay, start sharing that intel of yours. Even just one part of it is fine. Whether we approve your asylum request or not comes after. And Amado looks at him, you're coming on strong, Lord Hokage. Do you want Shigadai to die? You wouldn't do such a thing. There's no way. Because if you did, we'd break off negotiations and you'd die. I don't think you'd risk that. I have nowhere to go if Konoha rejects me. Even if I manage to get away from here, I won't be able to escape Jigen. So I'm dead either way. You'll accept my demands no matter what. I still want to hear your story first. Don't worry, I won't pull a dirty trick like betraying you after you talk. I give you my word as Hokage. And Amado glances over at Shikamaru. Looks like he's glancing at Shikamaru. Shikamaru certainly notices wherever he's glancing, and then we see Kawaki for a moment. Hokage, huh? Amado turns back to Naruto. Fine. Here goes. And just as we're about to get that info, we check back in on Jigen and Koji. They're just kind of sitting there in silence, staring at each other really awkwardly. There's something about this image of the two of them standing in this weird-ass creepy room, just in perfect silence. It's just so deeply funny to me. It shouldn't be funny, but somehow it is. One moment. Alright. Jigen's the first to speak. I don't see Kawaki with you. It's unheard of for you to return empty-handed. He's fallen into Konoha's hands and under the Hokage's watchful eye. A situation I embarrassingly cannot intervene in easily, so I chose to observe from a distance, but... frankly, I didn't believe my eyes when you suddenly appeared in front of Kawaki. And Jigen just kind of takes the fact that Koji knows about that silently. You tasked me with retrieving Kawaki. However, you hid that you could have extracted him yourself at any point. I'd like to hear from you why. Jigen's silent for a moment. Is it that odd? For me to have you go fetch a parcel that I could reclaim whenever I wanted? And Koji kind of glares at him. In my opinion, this current situation all stems from the airship's crash landing that was the direct cause of Kawaki's breakout. First of all, that was no accident. Someone attacked the airship in transit, and deliberately caused it to crash, feigning an accident. Is that part of Koji's plan? The way Koji's just kind of staring silently makes me wonder. That's news to me. Wherever did you hear such a thing? Don't you play dumb. This is a prime opportunity for us to drop all pretenses and talk. Kashin Koji. And we see behind one of the chairs is one of Koji's toads. Just kind of staring. Then we check back in with Amado. You may already know this, but Jigen is an Otsutsuki. And now Sasuke's here. Sasuke been here the whole time. But Naruto and Sasuke both kind of take that news in. Or rather, he became an Otsutsuki. He originally was an ordinary human, just like us. And Shikamaru was shocked by that. What? Kawaki also has a look of surprise there, though I figured he kind of knew that. Let me start by explaining exactly who and what the Otsutsuki are. Here's the time for the reveals we should have gotten back in 2014 with Kaguya. Are we ready, folks? They are invaders from another planet. To put it plainly, they are alien parasites. Perhaps a bit oversimplified, but it should suffice for now. So I guess we're still basically getting the same info we had way back when. Alien parasites? They have but one goal. To devour the life of a planet. That's the only reason why they come and then leave for another planet. And Boruto kind of takes that in. What the heck? And Naruto asks him, what do you mean by devour the life of a planet? As in, how do they do it? And Amado pauses. Via endlessly annoying gardening. I mean, okay. I bet that metaphor somehow is tied into, the chakra trees and all that, but somehow just saying annoying gardening is just deeply funny to me. They plant a divine tree in the ground, an enormously large tree. Its roots grow deeply, reaching every corner of the planet, just like mold in your bathroom. And it sucks the chakra from all life living on that planet. Oh my. That's Katasuke. And Shikamaru asks, sucks the chakra from all life? So then what happens to us? Everyone will die, naturally. It's like a giant mosquito sucking out all the blood in your body. All life will end without a single exception. So, here's kind of the thing, though. Back in Naruto, we learned that chakra came to the ninja world from Kaguya planting the divine tree. Right? That's like the source of all chakra. But here it seems that the divine tree is sucking up chakra? Like, maybe we could this matches more Kaguya and original Naruto than it does Amado's explanation here. But maybe, humans eat the fruit of the tree, they get chakra, they pass it on to their descendants over thousands and thousands of years, and then it happens. But that's not quite the image Amado is painting here. So I'm kind of curious about that. Sorry, my mouth has just been really dry tonight. Don't really know why. Anyway, Sumire kind of looks on. No way. And then Naruto asks, these alien parasites, why would they do such a thing? Because of what happens next. Once the divine tree is finished absorbing everything, it will bear a large fruit. And Sasuke pauses for a moment. The chakra fruit. That's right. The chakra fruit are lumps of tremendous energy and genetic information. Otsutsuki continuously update themselves by eating them. That's how their species evolves. And Katasuke is freaking out. This is totally fascinating! And Boruto looks at him. I can't believe this excites you. And Amado turns back to Sasuke. Uchiha Sasuke, have you been there? To that place? And everyone's kind of silent for a moment, and Sasuke asks him, where do you mean? No need to play dumb. You ought to have learned its coordinates from the airship's data. That place that can only be reached using space-time ninjutsu. Don't tell me you. Yeah, I planted it there. In a way that would be easy for you all to find. I wanted you to know about him ahead of time. So all of that was Amado's game. So Amado's been planning this defection for a while then. I mean, that's kind of what I gathered from his and Koji's conversation. So hold on. There is one thing I'm wondering, though. So, I thought, what was... I'm trying to remember how exact... Hold on. I thought that chakra came from someone eating the chakra fruit, right? Isn't that how... Though maybe it's when Kaguya had Hagoromo and Hamura, and then they went and their descendants populated the Earth. That's how humanity got chakra? Which means that humanity getting chakra was never part of the plan. It only came from Kaguya not following Otsutsuki orders. I don't know, I'm still kind of confused here. Anyway, so Sasuke thinks back to seeing Ishiki. That Otsutsuki. The shape of the horn is similar, but that wasn't Jigen. So who is he? Hold up. There's a proper sequence to this. Since it's a complicated story, let's take it step by step. If you did go there, you should have seen that Jigen possesses a 10 tails. Shikamaru seemingly does not know this, as he looks surprised by that. Naruto might have known that already. It's a different specimen than the one you battled. Unfortunately, I don't know where this one came from. But Otsutsuki always utilize the 10 tails when they assault a planet. For it is 10 tails that becomes the divine tree. 10 tails of the seedling. Yeah, this is all stuff we knew from the original series, right? First they plant 10 tails in the ground, it grows into the divine tree, consumes the planet, and eventually bears the chakra fruit. Once they harvest the fruit, they no longer need that planet. They move on to another planet and repeat the same process. That's Otsutsuki for you. And Boruto just kind of whispers to himself, yikes, this is so big, I can't keep up. And Kawaki's just staring. And Naruto turns to Amado. You said a few things that bother me, but anyway. So now it's Jigen who's trying to do this to our planet. As we speak? No, I don't think so. This is Sasuke who cuts in. And Naruto looks at him. Sasuke? It's whoever put karma on Jigen. I bet. What? Karma? So Sasuke, now that he has what Mitsuki told him about Momoshiki's moment of taking over Boruto a couple of chapters ago is starting to put the pieces together. Karma is how the Otsutsuki take over their victims. You said Jigen was originally an ordinary human. He became an Otsutsuki because of the karma, right? And Amado pauses for a moment before replying, "Very perceptive of you, Uchiha Sasuke. You're on the right track." And Boruto is confused by that. What's that supposed to mean? And Kawaki pauses, and then Sasuke continues, "Talk. What exactly is the karma?" "Yes. Everything I've already said is just the preface. The important part starts now." And just then, this beep comes in from Amado's glasses, it looks like. Shikamaru's shocked by that. Sasuke kind of pauses. "Hold on. I'm getting a transmission from a colleague." And Naruto's, "What?" "Sorry, Shikamaru. Can you put my glasses along one edge of the table and aim them towards the wall?" "Excuse me?" "Don't worry. I truly want these negotiations to go well. So hurry up and do as I say." Of course this happens right as he's getting to the important part of the story, okay? Naruto looks at Shikamaru. Shikamaru pauses for a moment before he walks over, takes the glasses off Amado and puts them on the table. Amado glares at them, and a screen forms. What the? Something's projecting on the wall? And we're seeing things now from the frog's perspective. One sec, need more water. Where Jigen is still interrogating him about the damage done to the airship. "It's no use playing innocent, Kashin Koji." "Kashin Koji?" This is Shikamaru. "Konohamaru mentioned him in his report. You conspired with Amado to crash that airship, in order to allow Kawaki to escape." And Koji pauses. "That mask!" This is Boruto. "That's the guy who tried to kill us." And Kawaki takes in that reveal. "Kashin Koji, let me escape? What the heck?" The frog is still staring. "Kashin Koji is my one and only collaborator within Kara. He is sharing what his scout toad is seeing in real time." Katasuke is shocked by that. "What? But how? This is live footage? Where are they?" "Just keep watching." Back in the video, "I want you to know, Koji, I have no intention of reprimanding you for letting Kawaki escape." Kawaki turns to Boruto. "That's Jigen." And Boruto looks back at him. "Jigen. So that's him." Meanwhile, back in Kara Land, "I want to know your motives, both yours and Amado's. For what gain do you rise up against me? That's what I'm interested in." And Koji pauses. But Jigen just continues. "I thought all of the inner collectively agreed on obtaining the chakra fruit. So what do you get from trying to destroy that plan?" And Koji pauses for a moment before he replies. "You pretend to be collected, but you aren't able to hide your ragged breath." "What?" And Koji throws his shuriken at Jigen, who disappears, moves from the chair, and Jigen warps right behind him and stabs him right through here. This little, make sure you can see it. Yeah, this little area. And also in his lower chest. And Koji kind of coughs up blood and falls to his knees. And Jigen just kind of chills. "I won't kill you right away. You'll spill everything first." And Koji disappears. A shadow doppelganger. How cheeky. And Koji reappears behind Jigen. "My motive is simple." And Jigen turns back to look at him. "I have no interest in the chakra fruit. From the very beginning, I was created to kill you." And Jigen looks back at him, the chapter ends. Okay. I think I know who... I'm starting to get very definitive theories on who Koji is. The chapter is done, so I'm going to do a whole retrospective later on in a minute or two. First, I want to cover... what is Koji? That line, "I was created." Emphasis created to kill you. Okay. So, I think the fact that he was created means he's definitively not Jiraiya. And the Jiraiya theory is Jiraiya is dead. He's been dead since the aughts. Alright? He's been dead for over a decade. Let him rest. I think that, though I do think, the resemblance to Jiraiya is uncanny. That's fair. And I think he is some kind of... Okay, so we know that Jiraiya was never gotten by Kabuto for the war, right? Because his body being underwater, he couldn't get to him without drowning, right? But then we have Amado, right? Amado is much more scientifically advanced than Kabuto was, you know? Amado, I'm certain, could make some way to breathe underwater. At least for like a limited time, like scuba diving or something. So he goes underwater, he gets cells from Jiraiya or something. Something that keeps Jiraiya's attachment to the Mount Myoboku toads. And Jiraiya's physical form. He then uses those cells to clone Jiraiya. He's a Jiraiya clone created by Amado, specifically to kill Koji. What Amado's true goals are, we don't quite know yet, because everything gets interrupted by the live feed, alright, whatever. But that's my definitive Koji theory. He's a clone created using Jiraiya cells by Amado to bring down Jigen. That's my theory. And I'm fairly certain it's right at this point. Is what ties everything together without bringing back Jiraiya. So I think it's the most probable theory at this point. Anyway, chapter itself. So we don't really learn too much from it, actually. It's treated as a big reveal chapter, but we don't actually learn that much. Like, what we learn is basically things we've already basically figured out on our own, or things that, like, OG Naruto told us back in 2014. We learn things like the chakra fruit, the 10 tails becomes the chakra fruit, the Otsutsuki's harvest chakra to further evolve. I do recall, though, when the Momoshiki arc started in the anime, I thought, there was some kind of reference to, like, there being some kind of higher society of Otsutsuki's, right? And that Momoshiki and Kinshiki and Urashiki had all been sent by them to figure out what the hell was going on the ninja world with Kaguya, why Kaguya never reported in or whatever. So, like, the way Amado describes them, they don't seem very centralized. They're just kind of... They remind me a little bit of the life fibers from Kill la Kill. They just kind of, like, go out into the world, and they convert the world, and they go out into another world again. And there's no real rhyme or reason to it. So maybe Amado doesn't know about a higher Otsutsuki authority, and he's only telling them what he knows, what he's kind of figured out working with Jigen. But yeah, it's still basically things we already know. And then we have more time with, the big reveals do kind of come from the Jigen and Koji scene, where we find out that the airship crashing was caused by Koji. The airship had the coordinates to the space-time dimension, because Amado wanted them to know about Jigen, and again, that Jigen is on to them. The Jigen-Koji battle is on. Also, another reason I don't think he's Jiraiya right now is because Koji will almost certainly die here, and so him being Jiraiya just to kill him off immediately is kind of weird. But yeah, at this point, I do fully believe in Amado's defection plan. I think that Koji's in working for Amado, distinctly subordinate. Because he's created by Amado science. That's my theory. And yeah, we're gonna get even more reveals next time, and a Koji versus Jigen fight. Or maybe just a Koji Jigen fight, I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, drop me a like, or subscribe, do whatever makes you happy, And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!